what it is, what it is. Hercules Crypto getting back at you. Going to talk about more of the monetary based system as well as quantitative tightening and quantitative easing, and about liquidity in the space. So if you look at everything, like there is a domestic liquidity and a global liquidity. If you focus on the domestic liquidity, is the central bank increasing or decreasing the monetary base. So the monetary base is the total amount of currency and reserves held by commercial banks, is a key component of the money supply and influence inflation's interest rates and economic growth. Central banks use it to implement monetary policy. Now, what is QT? If you ever hear anybody talk about QT, is quantitative tightening. It's what we've been going through since the year 2022. Quantitative tightening reduced the money supply by selling securities from central banks' balance sheets. It's the opposite of quantitative easing, aims to combat inflation, reduce economic stimulus, and stabilize interest rates. Now, quantitative easing injects liquidity into the economy by buying securities. It stimulates growth, reduces unemployment, and increases inflation. Central banks use it to respond to economic downturns, financial crisis, or deflationary pressures. It's the opposite of quantitative tightening. So what do we need for the FOMC meeting tomorrow is interest rate cuts to bring more liquidity into space. Now, a lot of good signs and a lot of good movers and the moving parts that I'm seeing in the space. But on my charts, I'm going to show you my favorite EMA. This is exponential moving average. There's many moving average out there. The charts right here, 14-day moving average. Current price of Bitcoin on the Coinbase exchange is 83,109. And if you see here the orange, I made it color orange. This is my favorite tool to use. Like if you don't have like a free indicator or anything like that, this is the 14-day moving average. That is one of the best ones in my opinion that I've been using for some time. So the 14-day moving average, as you see here this is the hourly chart. This is more in the short term, not in the back row. But we're now getting up squeeze above the 14-day moving average. We got to stay above it to be bullish. Price is currently at 83,000. We're getting a short squeeze at the upside. Ethereum's getting a boost here. If you look here, Ethereum's blasting off, and it's way above the 14-day moving average in the orange on the hourly. And if you look here, the reason why these squeezed up, like the altcoins, smaller altcoins and all, because there's two factors here. The USDT dominance is dropping at 5.35%. See it below the 14 moving average, the orange. I made it the color orange. And it's got a good drop. So everybody's getting out of stable coins and people are starting to buy the altcoins as well as BTC. But they look like they're going more into Ethereum and all other altcoins like XRP, Doge, and all that. Now, if you look here, Bitcoin dominance, that's good for the altcoins in the temporary, like in the short term. This is an hourly chart once again at 61.46%. But if I go to the 4 hourly, you'll see the struggle on Bitcoin as well as Ethereum. Ethereum doing a little bit better. But look, right there, it's trying to get back above the 14 moving average on the 4 hourly, a little bit more in the macro. And then it's slightly above again, like it was earlier. It was above the 14-day moving average. Now, so if you want to focus on the daily here, we're way below it on the Ethereum, and Bitcoin's slightly below it as well. So let me shut down this noise here, clean this up, go back to my RSI, what I was looking at before. On the daily, showing slight bullish divergence for Bitcoin. Ethereum, Same thing, bullish, major bullish divergence because Trump's been buying up Ethereum and holding still. Shiba Inu, I've already mentioned this, major bullish divergence. I believe Doge is the same way, and as well as Avalanche. These could play out within the next 3 days, or give or take. Now on this heat map here, this is the Bybit chart, open interest volume. Bybit's like one of the best. Like it's not American exchange, but a lot of people trade, leverage trade big time, and on Bybit, it's heavily used. It's something I was thinking about going into in the future, but it's not based off. It's not American based exchange, so no need for KYC or nothing like that. I do trade on Bluefin, and that's what my leverage trade on Shiba Inu because I saw the bullish divergence on the daily. I do trade on it, showing. But here on the heat map, I've went through this before on prior videos, but sometimes I get confused. But always without the confusion. This right here on the right is always the shorts and open up way above, almost at 500 million. As you see here, you got the longs and the markets climbing back up slightly above the shorts. So price eventually will move back down. Slightly, we were balanced, but if you see here, we're moving up. So eventually price will drop back down to liquidate these longs. But these are all your shorts in the markets. And these are all your leverages. The colors here, the light blue. I'm just going to start with the light blue because I see many of them. That's your 25x leverage. Your bright yellowish colors is your 50x leverage. I never go past 10x leverage. That's my opinion, of course. I never go past 10. And then your orange is 100x leverage. The bright oranges looking. That's crazy high leverage, guys. And this is why there's a lot of volatility in crypto. Because like people try to have that mindset to get rich fast, which doesn't always play out very well. So I always stay away from that mindset of getting rich quick. To play the game and stuff, you must understand it, and also a lot of people don't understand they don't understand a lot about charts and everything and how the fundamentals of what people invest in. But my channel, let's see if I can pull that up. It's in the making, Hercules Crypto 16, but this is my channel. If y'all want to subscribe, I have 17 videos and only one subscriber currently. If y'all want to check that out, please give me likes and share my videos so I can get people to my channel. It will teach people how to. Gold is way too high. I'll show you gold real quick, but gold is way overpriced right now currently. I said a long time ago, I kept saying going in precious metals and gold, but it's way too high at the moment, honestly. And I already seeing some sales coming in, but if you look here to quick on gold, this is the daily interval on the Coinbase. Daily interval. This is the CF. See the ticker symbol is going to be CFDS on gold. This is right here, the ticker symbol. But gold is at 3,031, climbing back up as you see here. Like this is where everybody already got in. This is where you should have got in actually. This for a safe haven for the economy being bad, inflation and worries of recession. And there's already been a big sell of gold, and then more sell of gold, and it's going to happen again once we get all the traditional markets moving, and when we start hitting QE, which is quantitative easing. But you see there, that's gold, and then Nvidia is still on the cheap, 115. A lot of these prices, they used to be way overvalued. Now they're becoming more undervalued, like Nvidia, AI, and Bitcoin. These are things that are going to do really good in the future. What now has been going on because where's recession and how long that we've been in QT, quantitative tightening. and everything, with inflation and the dollar has been crashing here recently. There's a lot of worries in the market, so sentiment of the market. So there's been too many people selling off. So this is more like an emotion-based type deal, and this is more like like it's already been priced in of the tariffs and all. So this is the sentiment of the markets out there, the people, retail. Once they understand and see that the markets are starting to go back up and we start curving back up to the upside on global M2 money supply, we will know then that everything's on the cheap, which is the best time to start. Nobody knows the bottom exactly. We still got worries till April the 2nd. But if you don't get in before April the 2nd, I think things are going to be blasting off. So you're going to be like way too late to get these cheap prices, in my opinion. But I think most of it has already been priced in. They're waiting for that FOMC meeting. That about the weight decisions. If any good news, Jerome Powell gives us some 3 rate cuts is what we're hoping for this year, or even if we get 2 rate cuts going into this year, 2025. But the market's looking like this is so healthy right now. We're looking like we're going to be running all the way up in 2026 to maybe even the middle of 2026. I don't even believe it's going to be first quarter now. The way these things are correcting, and way things are coming down and things are getting cheaper, and all the charts are looking at we're set to make big moves in these scarcity assets that that's going to do good in the future, which there's a lot of them I got in mind and stuff. And I've already mentioned like CrowdStrike, which has something to do with AI and with helping with the hacks and stuff. It's going to get digital space going to keep growing, and there's going to be more hacks out there. We need protection with that stuff. And then you got the digital gold, which is called Bitcoin. Bitcoin is one of the best assets out there to hold. Like all your altcoins, I'm going to be selling for profits. But Bitcoin, when I sell for profits, I'm going to be buying the dips on Bitcoin to hold long term. That's something I just want to start investing in major of, which I should have done. But with my financial situation of last year, that didn't work out so right. So the DXY is about 3% of the appreciation of the dollar right now, still looking weak. And you just want to be careful out there because the markets could be really things looking pretty good, looking pretty juicy. Regardless of what you hear about the worries and stuff, a lot of people are just trying to get I forgot what that's word called, just to get their views on their videos. So they're just trying to get your attention so you can click on their videos. So it's called clickbait, I believe. There's other words that's described it. But the people that are really truly like smart money just follow what they're doing, and they're buying up like crazy. Institutions buying up like crazy. And Trump's holding like 80% of Ethereum, which is way undervalued right now. Just to get back to this prior highs would be 4,000. Ethereum's trying to climb up above that 2,000 mark, which is like 1,900, which I'll show you in the charts earlier in prior videos. It's trying to make its way back up. It's way undervalued. The low 1,800 would be a good buy for me personally, but it is the second largest cap. I just didn't like how it was looking in the past few days, but it is looking a little bit more better because there is more people buying it up as well as Trump. Now, a lot of people sold out of their Ethereum. That's why I haven't been holding it for a while. It's because a lot of people kept selling because of the worries of recession and everything going on. And a lot of people keep thinking that we're going to have an altcoin season blast off. And what's going to happen is when we do take off, and you have to be careful, especially if you're buying these smaller cap coins, unless you're just holding a Bitcoin, you just want to buy the dips, buy the lows, dollar cost averaging. Bitcoin will mark up within a week or so. As soon as we start marking up, we'll come up to resistant levels. Our current resistant levels that surpasses like 85 and 86K, which is not that hard to surpass that and turn it to support. But the major levels is going to be your 90, is going to be your 90,000, 91,000 to stay above. And once we start marking up real fast, we shoot up real fast, we can always come back down and correct. And that's what's going to happen, the final move to shake out the weekends before we start getting this market going. So when we blast off, a lot of people are going to be buying at the highs, jumping in crypto. And unfortunately, that's the worst time to buy. Like, if you're not buying while everybody's scared and fearful for the last few days, then I don't know what to tell you. You shouldn't be in this game because it is a game and you got to know how to play it. But there's looking like a lot of liquidity is coming to this space with everything going on, and I don't see no signs of no recession coming anytime soon. But doesn't mean it can't come this year. I must look at the both sides of the market, the downside, the good news and the bad news, and I'm seeing a lot of more good news than bad. And honestly, all the tariffs has already been priced in for the majority. And yes, Trump can come out and say more stuff about tariffs, but honestly, this is looking very bullish for traditional assets and a scarcity asset like Bitcoin itself, because if you understand what's going on behind the scenes is that we're trying to find better deals with these tariffs because America has been getting it handed to for the last, I don't know how many years, for a very long time. We've been getting cheated out of these tariffs. So we're trying to come out with better deals for us as America with these tariffs. And then, real quick to go over um, the tariffs. So there's, I didn't have it. So if I can remember correctly, it's like you got China. China, we're going to have the best deals with China. They're going to be number one. So we're looking for the best deals because they have the most liquidity in space, right? And then after China, we're going to go down, and Mexico will be the second. And then Europe, and then I believe that's in order. I know Canada's at the bottom because they don't have the most liquidity in their space, so they don't have most leverage. So unfortunately, Canada is going to be at the very bottom. They're trying to get a sweet deal, but it's going to start with China first as our biggest thing that we're going to work on. But that'll be in my prior videos. I mean, my future videos. I'll go more into that in detail. But for now, Hercules Crypto out.